Viva los wages!
That's Philo Brathwaite. I'm Nate Perkins. This is the final round front nine coverage from the 2020 Las Vegas Challenge presented by Innova Champion Discs. Shout out to Gatekeeper Media for working hard to bring us this footage. Guys, we have an absolute dream card today. We have 4 crushers. We've got Ricky Wysocki, Kevin Jones, Oskari Vikström, all the way from Finland, and Calvin Heimburg, the 2019 champion.
Wow, that's a big group of heavy hitters right there. All those dudes can mash it a mile. All of them can putt. It should be some low scores on this card for sure.
Dude, absolutely.
We're back on the end of a course. Back to hole 1. Playing just under 400 feet. Pretty wide spike hyzer for most of these guys, I imagine. There's really no need to play it up the middle when you can throw 575 on a spike hyzer.
Yeah, I'm super stoked to see this card play right now. Ricky, we know that he was battling Lyme disease, and so it's just great to see him back out and playing well. I mean, chase card action.
Recovery. I mean, just to get past that and then to come back playing pretty much just like Rick always plays is pretty amazing. Well, I guess if you have a flick.
Wow, Kevin just bases that forehand. That is huge, and I am super stoked to see this kid play. He might be one of the most talented up-and-coming players we've seen in years.
Well, that's pretty much what I expected.
Did that jump up on the base?
On the platform, yep. Vinny puts it out there a little flat, but it's got a stable edge. It's got to go.
Yeah, that was a pretty big misfire right there. He just straightened that one out.
He put it so flat, and I was anticipating seeing a lot more angle
just
on that.
Just one angle, right?
Look at that flag. It's blowing left to right. You do that with the wind, you know, blowing like that. It's just...
You're asking for it to straighten out.
You're asking for it to straighten out. It's really not going to have any chance to fight back. Rick from just outside circle 1.
Oh, wow. Look at that body language. He is stoked to see that one go in.
He does this all the time. I don't even know why he's so surprised. He makes almost every putt he sees. Up, here we go. Gatekeeper rewind. Full
from
extension,
a different angle.
Big lift.
Oh.
Dead center.
Never a doubt, Rick.
I don't know. He kind of had that little body and looks like he wasn't sure. And
yeah.
Then, oh, it's in the middle. Never mind. Solid start for Rick. Stash that birdie away like his mini in the back pocket and move on to hole 2. Vinny, after the unfortunate opening OB, scrapes up a bogey. And these 2 chipper lads will run up there and tap in there.
Man, that was an impressive forehand from Kevin. I really wasn't expecting that.
Oh, he can match and far both ways, you know. You can crank out on those, flicks and the backhand drive.
Hole 2. It's a par 3, 270 feet. One of the more wooded holes on the course. Pretty simple mid-range shot. This pine kind of forces you to keep it low and kind of scoot on this gravel.
I haven't seen anybody try this yet. Rick's really good with this shot, but...
This is a pig from Ricky.
Wow. Wow. That's at Rick's range all day. That's a really hard shot.
That is mid-range. A very hard shot right there.
Especially, if it sets up for a righty backhand shot. It's just like kind of counterintuitive, but that's the shot he's comfortable with. Made it look easy. That's the shot most of us are anticipating seeing out of the righty backhand play. A little bounce off the tree, but that should be about circle's edge.
When Oskari also opt in. This is an MD4. Oh, wow.
Burn it over, and they're all riding about the same.
Very similar approach to it as Ricky.
That's got to miss that guy, and that should be perfect. Yep. There you go. That's a good way to recover.
No doubt.
I wish they had that stat, birdie after bogey. They should really have that up there because that really shows how quick people can recover, you know? Wysocki sneaks it in on the left side. He'll take it.
And you can see that powerful spin putt coming all the way from the right hip. Don't see a lot of spin putters coming from that right hip like that. That's very impressive to be able to spin it like that.
Hey, we all find our own ways, our own unique way to create our putts and our actions, so you work at anything long enough, eventually, you know, it becomes yours and you can make it consistent.
And Kevin has definitely figured out that jump putt.
Yeah, man, smash that thing right in there. This is usually an all-day Rick putt. Oh, man, top band.
He looked a little uncomfortable. I'm not sure
Yeah,
if
you
that
could see
tree
him
was kind of
kinda
forcing
double
him into a
clutching.
ceiling. Yeah.
For sure, he kind of double clutched too, you know,
Yeah.
usually Rick gets set and he just goes. But
Yeah.
he kind of was maybe overthinking that a little bit too. An unfortunate miss. Hole 3. Yep, this is pretty gettable. Almost a gimme hole, if you will. I mean, you got a flick or, you know, righty backhand, it should be a tap in. It's pretty elementary, not very far, not too much to be concerned about. Just commit to the angle, to the line, and you have no problem scooping up an easy birdie here.
Yeah, that sidewalk long is out of bounds, and of course that water is OB, and all OB shots proceed to a drop zone, so it's instant bogey if you go out of bounds at best.
True. But, you know, 270 should feel like a pretty basic upshot for pretty much all of these guys.
And that's why these guys are on the chase card at a
doubt.
top tier event like this.
Oh,
And
no.
that
is a huge mistake by Kevin Jones there. He just sawed that off a little early. I could see he was playing for that skip shot, but yeah, you got to play it a bit wider than that.
And Wysocki, very upright, very casual forehand.
No problem.
Absolutely.
A little bit obstructed there with the putt, but he's 5 paces off the basket at worst. Vinny gets it out there nice and wide. Now it's just about speed control. No.
Oh, no.
Hooked up a little early.
And that is the second
Oh, man.
OB shot from Calvin in 3 holes.
What a rough way to start.
Ricky,
Playing
forehand with the pig. This is all day.
all day long. About as easy as it gets for Rick. Jump putt from across the water. Wow. I don't think I could do that.
Not everyone can. Kev definitely has that 100, 120 foot jump putt for sure. You can see Calvin opting to throw this one.
Mid-range. Scooted up there nice and tight.
That's 2 big mistakes from Kev and Calvin.
Yeah, you would really think this is kind of like a must-get birdie hole, and you don't really want to give up 2 on a hole like this. It just kind of really takes the wind right out of your sails. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Rhythm buster and everything, you know.
Yeah, you know, this entire front 9 really feels like...
You got to get them all.
Yeah.
Almost. No way. Wysocki, hard chain out, rejection. Kind of had like the reverse spin when it hit the basket and kind of... Wow, that was really strange. I'm not sure if he caught some nub on that on the way out or what. It kind of went backwards. It didn't like go through the chains and forward. Oh man, maybe just some opening hole anxiety by these guys trying to make a move and catch the leaders up there. You know?
Yeah, they definitely got to be feeling that. I mean, they're in contention.
Big time. I mean, you're only 3 strokes off the pace, I believe it is, on the chase card.
Yeah, coming into the day, yeah.
I mean, and you know this course is scoreable, and they're, you know, thinking, man, I got to birdie all of these first 7 at least, you know, to kind of put the pressure on.
Yeah.
You make 2 big mistakes, and now you just left yourself with 4 strokes to the field.
Hole 4, it's a par 3, 357 feet. It's going to be a pretty much just a spike hyzer for all 4 of these guys.
Oh, it was a little tight. That might have nipped the tree. Yeah,
Oh,
that
and
did.
it did.
But you
Kicked
know
it
what?
down.
Rick makes that putt all the time. So I
Similar
wouldn't be
distance to
surprised.
hole 1.
It is a little bit scary if you're putting towards the hill that way, but he's usually all over the basket. That's a better line, maybe a little bit wide. It doesn't tend to track towards the basket too much, but once it hits the ground, that is, it just kind of, you know, tombstones, if you will, and just dies. That looks like a really good line. This shot was really, really tough for me for some reason. I just could not get the disc near the circle.
Yeah, it's that fine line between like just getting the initial angle and also penetrating forward.
And then it's kind of weird because you think the wind is going to be helping, and then it just kind of holds it out there. It's a weird shot.
I saw a lot of shots that just held out there and dropped 40 right.
Yeah. Yeah, in practice I actually threw down the middle gap and parked it, but when it came time to play it, like, I just wasn't comfortable with that shot anymore for some reason, and I felt like, oh, this is the safer play. Rick
This
from
is a
outside.
scary putt.
Oh,
my gosh. No,
Body
he
Englishes
doesn't.
it in there. I told you, man. He is not afraid of any putt, man.
Dude, that looked just like hole one,
Gatekeeper,
but
the reaction and everything. Here
yeah,
we go.
man.
Disc out and away. He's like, is he gonna give?
So sick from Ricky. It is great to see him back in
Man.
prime shape, dude. This is
No
awesome.
fear. Good smile. Happy, stoked. Nice.
Calvin went a little deep. Don't see
But
this
he's
one too
circles
often.
edge. Yeah, he circles edge. He's not too bad. That's pretty safe putt as well. That wind's starting
No,
to blow.
he needs this after the
There you
couple
go, Benny.
bogeys, and that is a great putt.
Defending champ showing he's not throwing in the towel just yet. Erases that other mistake. Again, though, birdie after bogey.
Birdie after bogey. There's that stat. And here, check out this spin putt right here. He comes right down to his right hip.
Right around the belly button.
Wow. Doesn't even bring the disc down too far, actually. Just kind of dropping it, just like you said, down toward the belly button and just extending that right arm straight out.
Kind of a Steve Rico-ish putt. Keeps it very compact and explosive. But Oscary is much longer, so it looks a little bit different, but that draw and coil.
Yes. Alright, moving it into hole 5. It's par 4, 606 feet.
One of the softer par fours on the end of course.
For sure. You've got
yeah.
this gap right here
Huge
that
gap.
you've got to hit. There is a sidewalk right if you turn it over, but other than that, these players are not really worried about too much on this tee pad.
Yeah,
Just
you
get
have
out the
to
gap.
really go aggressive to find that bunker out there.
Mhm.
It's a mash to get there. I think it is beyond the 500 marker, so you know, just a nice strong effort down the right side. Let the disc fade. Stay away from this tree right there.
Oh,
He
and
busts
he
through.
just gets by
That
it.
still doesn't hurt him. you
Even if
know?
he drops down, he's still
It's-
going to be in play.
Yeah, it's still a mid-range up approach from there.
Yeah, the tricky part with this one is definitely the approach into the green. And look at that. Oscary is just very upright, and look at this display of power with the forehand. I mean,
Bouncing
he's
off
flying
Rick's
past
backhand
Rick's
drive.
backhand. And that never really left flat either. Definitely has 400 feet
speed.
of power, no problem.
Ton of speed. Well, it helps to be young.
Oscary just turned 17 years old.
I'm twice his age and some.
Oh, Kevin finds a gap.
Yeah, I mean, he clips the tree and knocks him in the middle of the fairway, but, I mean, the only thing that he lost was a little bit of distance. The angle's the same. Then he's
Ooh, this
going
is
down the
early.
middle. That's.
Don't know if that was intentional.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Kevin's going to try to bounce it off the back edge of the green and kind of get a forward skip. A little early.
Definitely inside. He's going to be circle's edge, but
maybe
there is
steep drop off.
Steep drop off.
And
There's
OB.
OB behind the bucket. You really want to get this approach close to take the stress off the putt.
That's the one right there. That'll do. That's well in the circle. Pig approach by Rick. Got it flexed over a little bit, but not too bad. That'll shape up nicely. Wysocki from that awesome drive. That's the shot that I'd be looking for right there. Lots of angle, bounce it off the green, and leave yourself with a little tap in.
I believe that's a Lux Link Evolution lineup.
Never heard of it. Okay, Jones, a little death putty.
No problem. That's really the separator. That's why these guys are here. You know, a lot of the fielders would really struggle with a putt like that, looking at the out of bounds. That's why they're on the chase card.
Yeah, the trick to that, I guess, is to not really think about what's beyond the basket and, you know, have confidence that you can keep your stroke on the target. You know, he wasn't super far, so it's really not too much to get nervous about, you know, unless you've just been pushing or pulling your swing recently. But most of us, you know, yourself included, you don't really overthink those too much. You just focus on where you want the disc to go. And Vinny cleans that up.
All-star.
Nice hole, fellas.
Taking a look at the leaderboard here.
Uh-oh, Double G making the flipperoo on Sexton. But we still got plenty of holes to play, so you never know what can happen. Ricky's still in the hunt. Tristan, that guy's come out of nowhere playing like an animal.
Absolutely.
I hear that guy's made almost every putt he's seen.
That's what I've heard as well. And
pretty incredible. The guy's trying to get to that 1,000 rated level in a hurry.
Oh, yeah, he's going to crush it after the next update.
No doubt.
So hole 6. Island Green, par 3, 222 feet. There wasn't a ton of wind during this final round, so this is a relatively simple, straight putter shot.
It should be. Yeah, the only thing that'll get in your way here is your nerves.
Yep. That palm tree right to the right of the pad kind of forces you, or keeps you from throwing the wide hyzer, forces you into a straighter shot.
Yep. But if you throw something relatively stable like such,
almost
get
hits
that
the
little
pole.
baby flex, it's really a speed control shot. You know, it's 230 feet. It should be a little flick.
Look at this. He's going forehand mid-range straight at it. That is some confidence right there.
Yeah, he just threw it right into the base of that hill right there and just let this, you know, ground take the speed away.
I mean, if he gets the height wrong on that at all, it's
man.
just like it's going out of bounds, right? Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Ton of confidence
Drop
from
zone,
Wysocki.
death putt. That got over a little straight. It's got a fade. Wow, look how stable that thing was.
That one came out quick. He really loves that putter. I'm not quite sure what that clear putter is.
I think that's a mid-range, actually.
Okay.
I could be wrong.
He throws it a lot, though.
He does, and he throws it well. Vinny, no. Defending champ having some struggles here on the closing day. Looks like he's going to have a hard time catching up with Sexton, making those types of errors. Rick, smasher in there.
I mean, that back leg got higher than his head. It's crazy.
It's almost Climo-esque.
Yeah, just that
Back in the old
commitment.
day,
Yeah.
Watch Champ throw back in the day, and that dude's leg would be like 4 inches. His foot would be 4 inches above his head in the follow-through.
No doubt. I've seen some of those photos.
There you go. Okay, JUSA.
Wysocki after that. Really unique
Super technical
forehand.
shot, too.
Absolutely, man.
I would be terrified to have to try to throw that shot. If that were the only option, I'd be like, oh, man, this could go anywhere.
Definitely displaying
Calvin's
his
having a bit of a
skills.
rough go here to start the day. Hopefully he can pick it up and get some mo rolling here. Well, here's that one hole. That,
There it is, man.
We're kind of not sure what to call it, a par 3 or a par 4, but they want to give him a 4 on it, so...
432 feet. That water, of course, is out of bounds. All shots that go into the water proceed to a drop zone, which is pretty much another full drive. This green is out of bounds, and of course, those bunkers play as a hazard. Believe all 4 of these players are going to be attacking this one. I mean, they can get there on just the one angle, right hand, backhand, hyzer.
You want to hear something really interesting, man? I almost got there with a rock on accident.
Yeah, you threw it onto the green?
Oh, no. Rick, what? That is something you almost never see out of Rick. Just completely missed his angle. That was a huge mistake by Rick. Oscar's pushing one way high and wide.
That is so high.
That's got to get into that little...
Wow. Oh, my
That's
gosh.
got to stop.
That's OB long.
Man. What a rip.
First time I've seen OB long. All hyzer. That is just...
So imagine if Double G's disc didn't find the chains where
oh,
he would
you
have ended
know
up.
He'd be down there, yeah.
I guess that's why they made it a par 4, is just because of the risk reward. But I think it still should be a 3 because, you know.
Oh no!
Come on, man.
He almost jumps out of there, dude.
I'd have been on the tee pad like out of my mind right now. Vinny's got to make that thing boogie left. Come on. That's going to be looking at some hazard. Yeah.
I think that's an eagle from Calvin. And this is a really difficult drop zone shot right here. So Rick is throwing 3 onto this tiny green.
No!
Oh, gosh.
Oh, my goodness. He was about 2 inches from being spot on perfect.
So Rick's going to be putting for a 5 from down in there.
Yeah, that's pretty close for Rick. It's not going to be too stressful for him. It's well in the circle. 24 feet.
Kevin,
KJ for birdie.
Looking straight at
jump at it. Bang.
Wow.
He got it.
That is confidence right there, guys. He's putting straight toward that other bunker right there, and he just fires it in there for a birdie 3.
Benny doing the same, putting for birdie with the hazard stroke. There you go, Benny. Seems like every time he makes a mistake, he comes right back the very next hole. You know, that's the mark of a champion, you know. You got to be able to recover. Rick for dub. That's going to sting. He was off to a really good start, and not only did he lose his disc, but then he grabs a double bogey along with it.
Moving into hole 8. Par 3, 427 feet. One of the tougher par 3s
I
on the
imagine
hole.
it's the hardest one on the track.
Yeah. That sidewalk is OB. If you don't get it to hold over on the right-hand backhand turnover, the flick is in play if you have that 425 feet of power.
It is downhill, so it may not feel quite the whole 427.
Yeah. It's definitely playing downhill. Believe there was a slight headwind on this final day. See, Kevin has plenty of power.
Wow. Is that straight enough, though? It is.
Man, didn't even have to straighten out too much. That was like all hyzer and just pushing there.
That's incredible.
That's top tier forehand.
Big time. Vinny going with the same play. He's got it out there wide enough. Let's see if he gets the same ground play. That's got to stop moving, and he'll have
Where
a
is
great
that
putt.
going?
Oh, what an unfortunate roll. Such a good
Also
shot.
a great
to get such
forehand.
Yeah, just terrible reaction on the ground. Oscar
Wow.
showing the young buck speed.
I'm just so impressed with how upright he is. Normally with the forehand you see someone coil down into it and kind of power through it, and he's just standing straight up and down.
You're talking about like how
like Rick.
Exactly.
Yeah,
he kind of loads his body
loads
from a
it
more,
on the back leg and pushes forward kind of like a baseball throw, and
right.
Oscar is just straight up and down and throwing just as far as any of them.
Yeah, he's got a lot of arm speed without, a big lower body motion, it seems like. Vinny feeling like he needs to start running everything now. It's got to sit down. It's still in the circle. Rick, this is a normal Rick putt, circle's edge. Oh.
Didn't give it that pop.
Didn't get
Never
it up
got
on
high
the
enough.
chains. Yep, that's the only mistake. Great line. Oscar after a really nice sidearm. Bang.
Oh my
That almost wanted to jump out of
Dude,
there.
he hit it with a ton of speed.
Wow. Authority and some.
Dude, that's that young confidence showing up right there. I mean, he is so confident in that putt.
I think he's just confident all around. You know, he's been around watching us play. I've seen him at the European Open for at least 3 years. Seen him out there mashing and studying and watching, and you know, I think he's super excited and super ready to be out here with us.
And we saw him a couple years ago when he was just 15 years old play at the, I believe it was the Konopiste Major.
Yep.
And he was laying down some numbers next to Macbeth.
It's pretty incredible how fast and how talented these players are at such a young age. I guess it's just, I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm getting older. You know, I'm 40, and when I was playing, you know, when I was 25 years old, there weren't many child prodigies at the time.
Right.
You know, I guess we just hadn't got there yet.
Shows the growth, man. It's incredible to see.
There's Miss Konopanis showing us how to stretch it out on this hole. Hole 9, par 4. Last hole on this front 9. 601 feet, I guess. Just call it 600. Kind of requires a slight baby flex off the tee pad here for the righty backhand. Just kind of aim at those trees out there in the distance, knowing it's going to fade left. Anywhere out there, you're going to have a really manageable dealer's choice, you know, approach to the green.
I'll tell you right now, though, all four of these players in the back of their minds are thinking that they can get this one far enough to have a look.
Too.
Yep.
It's true, but usually when you try to add extra speed, you can miss a line and get yourself in trouble. So
look at this shot.
That's a beautiful hyzer stand-up right there.
Just
a little hyzer flip.
So sick. Super steep hyzer. And
I wish
that
we could have seen the finish. I guess we'll see it in a minute.
Dude, that's because it went 100 feet past the cameraman's head.
Probably. He got all of that one. Oskari's going to get high and try to roll it over. Look at that late flip.
Oh,
Holy
my God,
man. Dude. That's not even right. Dude.
That is unreal, and you can see where's Kev's.
Oh, man. That's not even cool, dude.
Oh, these guys are seriously breaking disc golf apart right now.
This is going to be another hyzer flip. He's going to hit it on hyzer, get it to stand up, cruise out there a little bit.
Oh, my God.
That's that destroyer that Vinny throws that you think, oh, it's not going anywhere, and then it just keeps going and going and going.
Those are three of the best drives ever thrown on the hole. Let's see what Rick has for us. Destroyer in hand.
Turn it over a little bit. Get that late stable. That's perfectly executed over the top of those trees.
Maybe the best angle out of the group.
Wow. Get out of here, man. Rick outdrives everybody. This is the angle you're looking for.
Wow.
Vinny from beyond all circles.
I am stunned right now. This is some of the four best drives possible on the hole.
Yep, easy birdie, long jump putts.
And you know Oskari's running this one.
Of course, I mean, he's got a little bit of space to work with.
Oh.
Got metal. Good run.
Almost floated that one in there.
All right, now this one I wouldn't be surprised to see Rick drill at all. This is in his wheelhouse all day long. Just stay safe.
Just stayed straight into that headwind.
Yeah, there's that hazard there that, you know, that's grass is super low and super slick. You get too much speed or bounce off the basket. Now you're scooping up a par when you should be having an easy birdie. So good thing you didn't have any weird action off the basket or the ground. Everybody gets an easy birdie.
Guys, if you want to look at how to throw far, you've got 4 different styles right here. Run those drives back and just take a look at what they're doing to get the disc to fly that fast and far.
Speed and angles, man. All right, so that's the front 9. These guys are cruising right along. Oskari and Kevin Jones are tied up. Ricky's one behind. Calvin's, you know, got some work to do. We'll be back pretty soon after we take a look at this leaderboard. Nate Sexton has retaken the lead over Garrett Gerthy. Starting to pull away from the rest of the field, so it looks like it's going to be a 2-man showdown coming into the last closing holes of this tournament.